Hello everyone, I'm Helen from Susan's family. Today, I'll be showing you the Persian flower blanket. It's made up of diamond motifs. Triangular motifs. Two types of square motifs. Sewing the motifs together. And 2 rounds of edging. Let's start by learning how to crochet each motif. Once completed, we'll sew the diamond motifs and triangular motifs together. Next, we'll do the first round of edging. Then, we'll sew the square motifs together. Finally, we'll complete the second round of edging. Let's start by learning how to crochet the square motifs. There are 2 types of flower patterns. I'll call this pattern motif 1. The other one will be motif 2. Let's begin with the crocheting method for motif 1. We'll start with a magic ring. Then, we'll crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The first 2 rounds are circular. And then it turns into a square. You will need to change colors while crocheting. The stitches used include chain, CH, single crochet, SC, DC4 popcorn stitch, double crochet, DC, and slip stitch, SL street. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Before we start crocheting, let's learn the basic posture for crocheting. To make it easier for everyone to see clearly, I will demonstrate using thick yarn. The colors are random. For specific yarn details, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. First, we start with a magic ring. Pick up the yarn with your right hand. Wrap it twice around your left index finger. Now there are 3 strands of yarn on your left index finger. Use your right thumb and index finger to pinch where the loops overlap. Take it out. Then wrap the yarn tail once around your left little finger. Pass it through between your middle finger and index finger. Transfer the loop to between your left middle finger and thumb. Pick up the crochet hook with your right hand. Insert the hook into the loop. Position the hook on the left side of the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Draw the yarn through. Now there is 1 loop on the hook. Continue with a chain stitch to secure. Yarn over. Pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. 1 chain stitch is completed. The magic ring is now complete. Next, crochet the first round. Start with a chain 1 as the turning chain for the single crochet. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. This chain stitch does not count as a stitch. Then work the single crochets around the ring. The technique for a single crochet is, insert into the magic ring. Yarn over, pull the yarn through. There are 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again. And draw through both loops on the hook in one go. 1 single crochet is completed. At the top right of the single crochet, there is a V shape formed by 2 yarns. This is the stitch of a single crochet. Continue working single crochets. Insert into the large hole from the starting chain. Yarn over. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through both loops on the hook in one go. The second single crochet is completed. For the first round, you need to work 8 single crochets in total. Continue to finish the remaining single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After that, close the magic ring. Move the completed section to the back slightly. There are 2 loops here. First, gently pull the starting tail. One of the loops will be loose. Tighten the loose loop. There is 1 loop left. Pull the starting tail tight directly. This will close the remaining loop. Next, slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch of this round. Finish with a slip stitch. This is the second chain from the left side of the yarn tail. The first chain is the turning chain. Skip it. Insert the hook into the corresponding position. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. And draw through all the loops on the hook in one go. Slip stitch completed. This is the chain formed by the slip stitch. It does not count as a stitch. You need to pull it tight. For the next round, you will change colors. Break the yarn. First, make 1 chain stitch to secure. Then leave a little yarn tail. Break the yarn. Pull tight. The yarn tail can be hidden in the next round. The first round is complete. Move on to crochet the second round. Pick up the corresponding color. For my sample, I chose randomly. Make a slip knot with the yarn. Pay attention to having the neat side of the single crochet texture facing you. This is the right side. On the wrong side, there is the yarn tail from casting on. Find the position of the first stitch from the previous round. Insert the hook into the stitch. Draw the loop through. Make a slight adjustment. Now crochet a DC4 popcorn stitch. From now on, I'll just call it a popcorn stitch. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. These 3 chains count as 1 double crochet. Then make a double crochet. Yarn over once. Insert the hook into the same position. Keep all the yarn tails above the hook. Weave in the ends as you go along. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. Pull through the first 2 loops. You now have 2 loops remaining on the hook. Yarn over again. Draw through once. 1 double crochet stitch is now complete. The loop at the top right is the indicator of the stitch. Continue with double crochets. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Pay attention to weaving in ends. Yarn over again. Draw the yarn through. Then yarn over. Draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this 2 more times. Once. Twice. Another double crochet stitch is now complete. Continue with 1 more double crochet stitch. Including the turning chain. That makes 4 stitches total. Gently enlarge the loop above the last stitch. Insert the hook into the top chain from the turning chains. Pick up 2 strands and insert them into the stitch. Then insert it into the loop that was left open. Make a slight adjustment. Draw the loop through. Mind that the double crochet should stand out as you work it. After completing, make 1 slip stitch to secure. This completes the DC4 popcorn stitch. Because we started with a turning chain, this technique is a bit special here. Work 3 chains as a bridge down. Then pick the adjacent single crochet stitch. Crochet a regular popcorn stitch here. It might get covered up in this spot. When you're crocheting, stretch it out to check. Make sure not to miss any stitches. First, crochet 4 double crochets here. After completing, enlarge the loop. Remove the hook. Find the first of those 4 stitches. Pick up the stitch and insert. Draw through the loop that was left. The double crochet should stand out forward. After completing, secure with a chain stitch. Complete the regular DC4 popcorn stitch, then crochet 3 chains as a bridge afterward. Continue to pick up stitches as you go down. Crochet a DC4 popcorn stitch. Separate popcorn stitches by 3 chains. Repeat this process. Finish crocheting the remaining part. Complete the last DC4 popcorn stitch. Continue with 3 chains as a bridge. Then slip stitch into the position of the first popcorn stitch. Locate the beginning chain. At the 3rd chain, where you inserted the hook earlier, insert. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. And draw through all the loops on the hook in one go. Complete the slip stitch. This does not count as a stitch. Tighten it. For the next round, change colors. Break the yarn. Make 1 chain to secure, leaving a little yarn tail. Break the yarn. Pull tight. If there's any remaining starting tail of the yarn, you can cut it off. The second round is complete. Continue to the 3rd round. It starts to form a square shape, with 4 sides and 4 corners. Locate the previous round. Find the chain space on the left side of the yarn tail. Join the yarn here. Pick up the corresponding yarn. Make a slip knot. Draw the loop through. Pay attention to having the popcorn stitch bump facing you. This is the right side. I won't repeat this in the following steps. This completes the joining of the yarn. Then make 3 beginning chains. These count as 1 double crochet. In the same space, work 2 double crochets. Pay attention to weaving in the yarn tail. After completing, make 2 chain stitches for spacing. In the same space, work 3 more double crochets. This stitch pattern in the space will serve as one of the corners for this round. Similarly, start with a beginning chain. The crochet technique is a bit special. Next, work on an edge. In the adjacent chain space, work 3 double crochets. This completes one edge. Then, in the next adjacent chain space, work a corner. That is, 3 double crochets. Two chain stitches. And 3 more double crochets. Continue working the edges and corners using the same method. Keep crocheting down. Complete the remaining part. After finishing the last edge, work a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Locate the third chain stitch position. Pick up 2 loops of yarn. Insert the hook. Continue crocheting. Tighten after completing. Then fasten off the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. You can weave in a few more stitches. Cut off the remaining yarn tails. The third round is complete. Next, work on the fourth round. Join the yarn in any corner chain space from the previous round. The method for joining the yarn is simple. I won't go into detail about it. After completing, start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Then make 1 chain stitch as an interval. Make another double crochet in the same space. Pay attention to weaving in ends. After completing, continue with 2 chain stitches. 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch, 1 double crochet, I treat the stitch pattern in this space as one of the corners for this round. For the following edge work, start with 1 chain stitch. Then skip the next double crochet on the left side. And make 1 double crochet in the next double crochet stitch. No need to weave in ends here. Follow with 1 chain stitch interval. Continue to skip 1 stitch. Pick the double crochet stitch and make a double crochet. Then skip 1 stitch again. Work 1 chain stitch. 1 double crochet. Repeat this pattern 2 more times. After completing, continue with 1 chain stitch. This forms 1 edge. Then skip 1 stitch. And move down to the chain space. Crochet a corner by working 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch, 1 double crochet, 2 chain stitches, 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch, 1 double crochet. This completes the corner. Continue following the method for edges and corners. Continue crocheting downwards. Finish crocheting the last edge. Join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. From bottom to top, locate the 3rd chain stitch. Continue crocheting from there. Once completed, pull tight, then fasten off the yarn. Hide the yarn tails inside the fabric at both ends. I will not demonstrate this part. The 4th round is completed. Move on to the 5th round. Locate the corner position from the previous round. Find the hole with 2 chain stitches. Join the yarn there. Then make 3 beginning chains. Follow with 3 chains as an interval. Make 1 double crochet in the same hole. I will treat this as one of the corners for this round. Continue crocheting the edges afterward. Skip the adjacent double crochet. In the left chain space, make 2 double crochets. After completing, continue to skip the double crochets. Make 2 double crochets in the chain space. Continue skipping double crochets, and make 2 double crochets in each chain space. Keep going until you reach the hole with 2 chains. Once completed, you will have finished one side. Next, crochet a corner, which is 1 double crochet, 3 chains, and 1 double crochet. This completes the corner. Then follow the method for edges and corners to finish the remaining part. After completing the last edge, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Find the third chain from bottom to top. Continue crocheting. And when finished, pull tight. Finally, leave a tail for sewing. Start with a slip stitch to secure. Leave an edge at the bottom with 2-3 times the length of yarn. Cut the yarn. Pull the yarn through. Tighten it. The 5th round is completed. At the same time, motif 1 is completed. Continue with the same method for the rest. Crochet the corresponding number of motif 1 pieces. I will not repeat the demonstration. Note that each motif 1 needs to leave a tail for sewing. That concludes the explanation for motif 1. Next, we will crochet motif 2. Start with a magic ring again. Crochet counterclockwise in rounds outward. The last few rounds of the square section are the same as the square section of motif 1. In addition to the stitch techniques used previously, this section also uses half double crochets and back post single crochet. Please watch as I demonstrate. Start with a magic ring. The method is the same as for motif 1, so I won't repeat the explanation. After completing the magic ring, crochet the first round. Make 3 beginning chains. Then crochet 11 double crochets. After completing the round, add the beginning chain. This makes a total of 12 stitches. Now, tighten the ring. Move the completed section slightly backward. Close the ring tightly. Join with a slip stitch at the top of the beginning chain. Do not tighten this slip stitch. Use its braid as the stitch for the beginning chain. This makes it convenient for subsequent crocheting. Finally, cut the yarn. Weave in both ends of the yarn tails into the fabric. The first round is complete. Move on to crochet the second round. Join the yarn in the stitch under the turning chain from the previous round. Note that the side with neat double crochet texture is the right side. While crocheting, keep the right side facing you. For this round, work into the front loop of each stitch. Let me first show you how to identify the front and back loops. The loop closer to you is the front loop. The one further away is the back loop. Start by joining the yarn in the stitch of the beginning chain. Join the yarn at the corresponding position. After completing, insert the hook into the corresponding position of the adjacent stitch. Crochet 1/2 double crochet, HDC. Yarn over once. Insert the hook. Pay attention to weaving in the ends. Then yarn over again. Draw the yarn through. There should be 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, and draw through once. Complete the half double crochet, HDC. Crochet 2 more double crochets, DC, in the same position. After completing, continue with 1 more half double crochet, HDC, in the same spot. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over again, draw through, then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. Complete the half double crochet, HDC. Here, I will work 1 HDC on each side, with 2 centered double crochets, DC. This forms a small petal. Next, pick up the adjacent position. Work a slip stitch. Unless otherwise specified, do not tighten the slip stitches. Continue downward. Pick up the next stitch position. Work a small petal. That is, 1/2 double crochet, HDC. Two double crochets, DC. One half double crochet, HDC. Complete the small petal. In the following stitch position, work a slip stitch. Repeat working small petals and slip stitches as you go. Finish the remaining part. Complete the last petal. Move down to the joining position. Pick up where you begin the small petal. At the stitch of the half double crochet, HDC, which is adjacent to this braid, work a slip stitch. No need to tighten, no need to fasten off the yarn. After completing this round, you should have 6 small petals. Everyone, please check to make sure. The second round is complete. Move down to the third round. For this round, insert the hook into the back loop of the stitches from the first round. That is, the remaining small horizontal bars at the back. Start by picking up the previous yarn tail. Chain 1 to begin. The beginning chain does not count as a stitch. Then, work into the corresponding back loop. That is, the horizontal bar to the right of the connection point. Work a single crochet here. If you cannot tell for sure, you can also check from the right side. Then chain 3 as a bridge. Skip the position of the adjacent petal. In the next stitch, find the corresponding small horizontal bar and work a single crochet. Similarly, if you are unsure of the position, you can find the horizontal line between two petals. Here, the single crochet should match up with the slip stitch position from the previous round. Continue crocheting downward with a chain of 3 as a bridge. Then skip the positions of the small petals respectively. Pick the corresponding horizontal line and work a single crochet. Between single crochets, chain 3 as an interval. Finish crocheting the remaining part. After completing, join with a slip stitch on the first single crochet. This is the large braid on the left side. Once completed, pull tight. This round has 6 chain spaces. Make sure not to miss any stitches. Don't cut the yarn at the end. The third round is complete. Now work on the fourth round. Directly in the left chain space, work 1/2 double crochet, 4 double crochets, and 1/2 double crochet. This completes the stitch pattern for one space. Treat this as a large petal. Next, on the adjacent single crochet below, pick up the stitch and work a slip stitch. Then, in the left chain space, work a large petal. The stitch pattern is the same, so I won't repeat the instructions. After completing it, continue working slip stitches into the single crochets. Then, for each subsequent space, work large petals correspondingly. Work a slip stitch above the single crochet, finish crocheting the remaining part. After completing, work a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the previous round. Pull tight. Finally, cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail inside the fabric. The fourth round is completed. Next, work on the fifth round. Locate any one of the large petals. At the back, pick up the center 2 stitches. This is the lower position. Hook 2 3 threads from right to left. And join the yarn. Then make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Like this at the back. From right to left, pick up the corresponding position and work single crochets. These are back post single crochets. Then work 4 chain stitches as an interval. And pick up the adjacent large petal. Specifically the right side 2 stitches. At the back, pick up 2-3 threads of the stitch. And make 1 back post single crochet. Insert the hook from right to left, and continue crocheting. After completing, work 4 chain stitches as an interval. Then continue to pick up between petals, picking up 2-3 threads at the back for a slip stitch. Make 1 back post single crochet. Then work 4 chain stitches as an interval. Next, pick up the adjacent petal, specifically the left side 2 stitches at the back, picking up 2-3 threads of the stitch. Make 1 back post single crochet. Then work 4 chain stitches as an interval. Continue in the same manner as before, following the entry position for the 4 back post single crochets. In the remaining area, correspondingly make 4 back post single crochets, with a 4 chain stitch interval between each stitch. You can also refer to the chart for specific insertion points. After completing, everyone should check. This round should have 8 chain spaces. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first back post single crochet stitch. That is, the large braid running horizontally. After completing, pull tight. Do not cut the yarn. This completes the 5th round. Move on to the 6th round. Start with the adjacent hole on the left side. Make a slip stitch to carry the yarn. Pay attention to weaving in the yarn as you crochet. Then start with 3 chain stitches. Follow the method for round 3 of motif 1. Crocheting the corresponding edges and corners. The technique is quite simple, so I won't demonstrate it. You can also refer to the chart for specifics. After completing, fasten off the yarn and weave in the ends. Once the 6th round is done, continue crocheting rounds 7 and 8. These 2 rounds are identical to rounds 4 and 5 of motif 1, and there's a color change for each round. After finishing the last round, leave a tail for sewing. I won't demonstrate this part. Please complete these 2 rounds on your own. After completion, follow the same method to crochet the corresponding number of motif 2. I will not repeat the demonstration. Up to this point, the process of making motif 2 has been explained. Next, we will make the diamond motif. We start with the magic ring, and crochet in rounds. There will be color changes while crocheting, and several new stitch techniques are used. I won't go through each one here. Please watch my demonstration. First, start with the magic ring. Here, I have already made the magic ring. Then crochet the first round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain, followed by 2 chain stitches for spacing. Then crochet 1 double crochet stitch, 2 chain stitches, and repeat this pattern 7 times. After completing, close the magic ring. Finally, join with a slip stitch at the top of the beginning chain. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Weave in the beginning yarn tail on the wrong side of the fabric. The first round is complete. Now move on to the second round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side of the yarn tail. Pay attention to keep the neat side of the double crochet texture facing you. Then crochet a DC3 bobble stitch. From now on, I will refer to it as the DC3 bobble stitch. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. In the same position, work an incomplete double crochet. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain on the hook. This is an incomplete double crochet. Continue with another incomplete double crochet. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Yarn over, draw through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Complete the second incomplete double crochet. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, and draw through in once. The DC3 bobble stitch of 3 is now done. Here you have a beginning chain. The technique is somewhat special. Work 3 chain stitches as a bridge. Then insert the hook into the next chain space. Crochet a DC3 bobble stitch. First, work 3 incomplete double crochets. Pay attention to weaving in ends. One, 2, 3. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, and draw through in once. Complete the DC3 bobble stitch, followed by 3 chain stitches as a bridge. Then pick up each chain space below. Work a DC3 bobble stitch in each, one by one, with 3 chain stitches as a bridge between each bobble stitch. Finish crocheting the remaining part. After completing, join with a slip stitch at the top of the first bobble stitch. Pick up the top of the beginning chain and slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Weave in the ends to hide the yarn tail. The second round is complete. Next, work the third round. Here, you need to pick up from the position of the first round. Crochet FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. From now on, I will refer to this as the FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. Find any stitch from this round. Work from right to left. Insert the hook forward and pick up. Then join a new yarn. After completing, start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. While crocheting here, catch the yarn tail for the starting chain, and hide it as you crochet. Then in the same position, make 1 double crochet, this double crochet should be slightly taller than the previous round. Now we have completed the FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. There is also a turning chain. The crochet technique is special here. Crochet 4 chain stitches downward with spaces between them. Then pick up 1 stitch on the left side. Still working on the right side. Let me point out the position first. Insert the hook from right to left. Pick up the corresponding stitch. Then crochet a FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. First, make 2 incomplete double crochets. Pay attention to keep the height of the incomplete stitches similar to the previous round. After completing them, yarn over, and draw through all the loops on the hook. This completes the FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. The final height will be slightly taller than the previous round. Then crochet 4 chain stitches with spaces between them, and pick up the next stitch. Crochet another FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. Similarly, the completed height should be higher than the previous round. After completing, crochet 4 chain stitches with spaces between them. Then pick up from the first round respectively. Crochet a FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch, and 4 chain stitches. Alternating these stitches, finish crocheting the remaining part. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the starting FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch. That is, the double crochet stitch next to the beginning chain. Tighten. Break the yarn. And finally weave in the ends. The third round is complete. Continue to the fourth round below. Locate any FPDC 2 tog in 1 stitch position on the right side of the cluster, below the chain. Find the corresponding bobble stitch from the second round, and insert the hook into the chain space on its left side. pull the chain forward. Place the chain from the previous round underneath the hook. Then join the yarn. After that, crochet a special DC 3 bobble stitch. Start with 3 chain stitches. Then work 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and draw through once. This completes the special DC 3 bobble stitch. Continue with 2 chain stitches for spacing. Next, pick up the chain on the left side. Locate the corresponding bobble stitch from the second round. Insert the hook into the chain position on its right side. This is actually the same chain space as the previous bobble stitch. Similarly, pull the chain forward. Place the chain from the previous round underneath the hook. Do not include it in the stitch. Then crochet a DC 3 bobble stitch. After completing it, work 2 chain stitches for spacing. Then pick up the same bobble stitch from the second round. At the chain position on the left side. Crochet a DC 3 bobble stitch. Work 2 chain stitches for spacing. After completing it, on the right side, pick up the same chain position and crochet a DC 3 bobble stitch. Work 2 chain stitches for spacing. For the rest of this round, continue working on both sides of the chains, picking up the corresponding chain positions from the second round. Crochet a DC 3 bobble stitch. Work 2 chain stitches between each bobble stitch. Let me emphasize again, do not include the chains from the previous round. Follow this method to complete the remaining part. After completing the last DC 3 bobble stitch, work 2 chain stitches. Here, you can check the quantity. This round has 16 bobbles. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the stitch of the first bobble stitch. It's the braid next to the beginning chain. After completing, pull tight. Break the yarn. And weave in the ends. The fourth round is now complete. Next, we'll work on the fifth round. Locate the area above where you previously made the chains. Join the yarn in any corresponding chain space from the previous round. Then work a DC2 bobble stitch, which I will refer to as a DC2 bobble stitch from now on. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. In the same space, work 1 double crochet. Complete the special DC2 bobble stitch. Next, make a 3 chain space. In the same space, work 1 more DC2 bobble stitch. Work 2 incomplete double crochets first. Then yarn over and draw through in once. Complete the DC2 bobble stitch. Then make a 3 chain space. In the same position, work another DC2 bobble stitch. Here, I consider the stitches worked in one space as group 1. Work 1 chain stitch to the next space. Then skip the adjacent space. And in the following space, work group 1 again. That is, work 3 sets of DC2 bobble stitches, with 3 chains in between each DC2 bobble stitch. This completes group 1. Then work 1 chain stitch as a space. Skip 1 space. From now on, skip 1 space each time, and work group 1. Between each group, leave a 1 chain space. Finish crocheting the remaining part. Complete the last group 1. Leave a 1 chain space. Then join with a slip stitch on the special stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. The 5th round is now complete. Next, we will work the 6th round. At any group 1. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side. For convenience in weaving in the end, I will join the yarn at the group 1 position on the left side of the yarn tail. Then make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Pay attention to weaving in the end. After completing, continue with 1/2 double crochet, 2 double crochets, followed by a CH2SL picket stitch. We'll refer to this as CH2SL picket stitch from now on. First, chain 2, then insert the hook into the front loop of the previous double crochet stitch. And also pick up the loop on the left side. Make a slip stitch. This completes the CH2SL picket stitch. Next, in the hole on the left side, work 2 double crochets. 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. I will treat the stitches coming out of the top of group 1 as group 2. In the position where there is 1 chain below, make a slip stitch. Then pick the next chain space of group 1 and work group 2. Start with 1 single crochet in the first chain space. One half double crochet, two double crochets, next, work a CH2SL picket stitch by making 2 chains. Then insert the hook under the thread in front of the current stitch and the thread on the left side, and make a slip stitch. Finish the CH2SL picket stitch. In the adjacent chain space, work symmetrical stitches to the ones before the picket. This completes group 2. For the next chain stitch position, work a slip stitch. Then proceed by alternating between 1 group 2 and 1 slip stitch to complete the remaining part. After completing the last slip stitch, work a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. Do not pull too tight, and start to fasten off. First, stretch the loop. Leave a little yarn tail, then cut the yarn. Next, find the second stitch from the left. Insert the hook into the stitch from behind, and pull out the reserved yarn. Then insert the hook from behind into the chain formed by the slip stitch. This is the braid below the stitch. Insert the hook into the outer front loop, and pull through the reserved yarn, then adjust slightly. And finally hide the tail inside the fabric. The 6th round is now completed. Continue to work on the 7th round. Locate any group 1 motif, and insert the hook behind the half double crochet on its right side. Behind the bobble stitch on the right side. Insert the hook from right to left. Pick up the bobble stitch from behind. Then join the yarn. And make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Work a back post single crochet next. Followed by 4 chains as an interval. Then, at the adjacent bobble stitch position, work another back post single crochet. Followed by another 4 chains as an interval. Continue at the next bobble stitch position. Work a back post single crochet. I consider 3 back post single crochets and the separating chains as pattern 3. For pattern 3, crochet 3 chains as an interval next. And continue from there, picking up at the position of pattern 1, and crocheting pattern 3 again. After completing it, make 3 chains as an interval. Then, follow with another pattern 3, and 3 chains, alternate crocheting. Finish crocheting the remaining part. Complete the last 3 chains. Join with a slip stitch in the stitch of each back post single crochet. Pull tight. Don't cut the yarn. Hide the starting yarn tail inside the fabric. The 7th round is now completed. Move on to crochet the 8th round. Go to the left first. Pick up the chain space. Make a slip stitch to carry the yarn along. Then make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Work a single crochet in the same space. Next, crochet 4 chains. Then pick up the next chain space, and crochet a single crochet, with 2 chains as an interval. Then pick up the adjacent chain space, and crochet group 1. After completing, crochet 2 chains as an interval. Then pick up the next 2 adjacent chain spaces, and work 1 single crochet in each space, with 4 chains in the middle as an interval. After completing, crochet 2 chains as an interval. Then pick up the next space, and crochet group 1. Here, treat the single crochets and chains between group 1 as 1 interval group. Then continue to pick up chain spaces respectively, following 1 group 1, 1 interval, alternate crocheting, to finish the remaining part. After completing the last group 1, crochet 2 chains, which makes up for the initial interval. Then join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet, and pull tight. Cut the yarn. And weave in the ends. The 8th round is completed. Next, move on to the 9th round. The method is similar to the 6th round. Locate any group 1 and join the yarn in the chain space on its right side. Then, start with 1 single crochet, Pay attention to weaving in the yarn. Follow by crocheting 1/2 double crochet. Crochet 2 double crochets. Then pick up the adjacent stitch from the next bobble stitch. Crochet 1 double crochet. Make 1 ch2sl picket stitch. And crochet 1 more double crochet. Next, pick up the left chain space behind, and crochet 2 double crochets. Then, crochet 1/2 double crochet, followed by 1 single crochet. I have completed the stitch pattern above group 1. Treat this as pattern 4. Continue from the back. Pick up the adjacent chain space, and crochet a single crochet. At the next chain space from the back. Still crochet a single crochet, but here you need to insert the hook into the chain stitch to work the stitch, and secure the previous pattern too, specifically, at the picket above. Find the corresponding picket, and insert the hook into the center hole. Go back to the back side. Pick up the corresponding chain stitch position from the previous round. Here, there are 4 chain stitches. Pick up the yarn from the second chain stitch. Then crochet a single crochet. This will secure the picket. After completing this, continue by picking up the left chain space, and crochet 1 single crochet. At this point, the interval is completed. Move to above pattern 1 at the back. Correspondingly crochet pattern 4. The stitch technique is simple. You can refer to the previous sections. I won't go into detail here. After completing this, you'll reach the interval. At the position of 2 chain stitches, pick up the space and crochet a single crochet. At the position of 4 chain stitches, pick up the second chain stitch, and crochet a single crochet. At the same time, secure the picket of pattern 2. First, insert into the center hole of the picket. Then, insert into the corresponding chain stitch. Continue crocheting. This will secure the picket firmly. Next, pick up the space of 2 chain stitches and crochet a single crochet. Then, above pattern 1, correspondingly crochet pattern 4. At the interval, correspondingly crochet 3 single crochets. The centered single crochet should be picked up from the chain stitch position and crocheted, and secure the picket of pattern 2. Repeat this process, and continue crocheting downward. After completing, join with a slip stitch at the starting single crochet. And do not pull too tight. Proceed to bind off. The method is the same as the previous binding off. I won't go into detail about it. Tuck the remaining yarn tails into the fabric. The 9th round is completed. Now move on to the 10th round. You need to insert your hook into the position of group 1 from the 8th round, and work a back post single crochet. Find any bobble stitch on the right side of pattern 1. Then pick up from behind, and join the yarn. Start with a single crochet back post stitch. After completing it, chain 4 for the interval. Continue to pick up 2 bobble stitches on the left side behind, and work a back post single crochet in each. Separate these with a chain of 4 stitches. After completing, continue to crochet 4 more chain stitches. Behind, pick up the next bobble stitch position of pattern 1, and work a back post single crochet correspondingly. Separate these with a chain of 4 stitches. Here, I treat the stitches worked in 2 consecutive motifs of group 1 as one side of this round. Now, move on to crocheting a corner. Start with a chain of 2 stitches for the interval. Then pick up the single crochet, where the picket was previously secured, and work 1 double crochet. Crochet 1 double crochet stitch. 2 chains. 1 double crochet. Then complete with 2 more chains. This completes 1 corner. Continue crocheting the edging. Work back post single crochets at each bobble stitch position, with a chain of 4 stitches between them. This completes the second side. Now, move on to crochet the next corner. Start with 2 chains. Then work a single crochet into the picket to secure it. Crochet 1 double crochet. 2 chains. 1 double crochet. And continue with 2 more chains. This completes 1 corner. Proceed with the method for edges and corners, and continue crocheting. After completing, everyone can check to ensure. This round has 4 corners and 4 edges. Finally, finish with a slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. Don't cut the yarn. And hide the starting yarn tail inside the fabric. The 10th round is now complete. Move on to the 11th round. Start by picking up the chain space on the left, and work a slip stitch to carry the yarn along. Then start with 1 single crochet. Follow with 3 chains as a bridge. Work 1 single crochet in the next chain space. Then another 3 chains as a bridge. Pick up the position of the single crochet that fixed the picket below and work 1/2 double crochet. Chain 2. Then work another 1/2 double crochet in the same position. After completing, chain 3 as a bridge. Continue by picking up the chain spaces respectively. Here, start from the adjacent chain space. Skip the corresponding slip stitch behind the 1/2 double crochet. Work 2 single crochets evenly in the next stitch. Chain 3 on either side of the single crochet. After completing, move down to the corner of the previous round. In the space between the double crochets, work a group 1 pattern. I treat this group 1 position as one of the corners for this round. Continue working down to complete one side. First, pick up the chain space of 4 chains. Work 2 single crochets in the corresponding stitch. Chain 3 on either side of the single crochet. After completing, in the single crochet, where the picket was secured, work 1/2 double crochet. Chain 2. Then work 1/2 double crochet. Next, pick up the adjacent chain space of 4 chains. And work 2 single crochets in the corresponding stitch. Chain 3 on either side of the single crochet. This completes one edge. Next, in the hole between the double crochets, work a corner. This corner is slightly different from the previous one. First, work 2 DC2 bobble stitches. Then chain 4 as an interval. And work a TR2 bobble stitch. We will refer to this as a TR2 bobble. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice. Then insert into the hole. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat this 2 times. Now there are 2 loops left on the hook. This is an incomplete treble crochet. Work another incomplete treble crochet. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice. Insert the hook. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat this 2 times. This completes another incomplete treble crochet. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops on the hook. This completes the TR2 bobble stitch. Next, crochet 4 chain stitches for an interval. In the same space, work another DC2 bobble stitch. This completes the corner. Continue working on the edge. The method is the same as for the previous edge. I will not go into detail here. After completion, move on to work the third corner. Use the same method as for the first corner. Crochet group 1. Then continue working on another edge. The method for each edge is the same, so I will not go into detail again. After completion, move on to work the fourth corner. Use the same method as for the second corner. Start with DC2 bobble stitch. Then chain 4 for the interval. Next, crochet a TR2 bobble stitch. Begin with 2 incomplete treble crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all the loops on the hook. This completes the TR2 bobble stitch. Follow up with chaining 4 for the interval. In the same position, work another TR2 bobble stitch. This completes the fourth corner. Crochet 3 chain stitches, CH, downward. This finishes off the starting edge. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet, SC. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. The 11th round is now completed. Next, move on to the 12th round. Locate the corner on the right side of the yarn tail. Join the yarn in the stitch of the first bobble stitch. Then make 3 chain stitches, CH, as the beginning chain. Next, pick up the left chain space. Crochet 5 double crochets, DC. Then make 2 chain stitches, CH, for an interval. Skip the adjacent bobble stitch. In the next space, crochet 5 double crochets, DC. pick up the stitch of the adjacent bobble stitch. Work 1 double crochet, DC. I treat this point as one of the corners for this round. Work the edge downwards. First, pick up the adjacent space. Crochet 2 double crochets, DC. In the next space, crochet 2 single crochets, SC. Remember to weave in the yarn tail. In the following space, crochet 2 half double crochets, HDC. Then make 4 chain stitches, CH, for an interval. Skip the space below where there are half double crochets, HDC, and 2 chain stitches, CH. Pick up the chain spaces as you work downwards. Crochet 2 half double crochets, HDC. Then 2 single crochets, SC. Followed by 2 double crochets, DC. This completes one edge. For the next corner position, the stitch count is slightly different from the first corner. First, pick up the bobble stitch of the slip knot. Make 1 double crochet, DC. Then pick up the 3 chain spaces on the left side. Crochet 3 double crochets, DC. Make 2 chain stitches for an interval. Skip the adjacent bobble stitch. In the next space, crochet 3 double crochets, DC. At the bobble stitch position, make 1 double crochet, DC. This completes the second corner. For the following edge, follow the same method as before. You can refer to the previous edge or the chart for crocheting. I won't go into detail here. After completing, move on to crochet the third corner. The method and stitch count are identical to the first corner. It's quite simple, so I won't go into detail here. After completing, continue crocheting the next edge. Next, crochet the fourth corner. The method and stitch count are the same as the second corner, so I won't go into detail here. After completing, continue crocheting the last edge. Finally, pull through at the top of the beginning chain. Pull tight and fasten off the yarn. Round 12 is now completed. As you can see, these 2 corners are more prominent, while the other 2 corners are slightly inward. Continue crocheting for round 13. Join the yarn at the top of the beginning chain from the previous round. Insert the hook into the hole where you previously pulled through. After completing, make one single crochet as the beginning stitch. Pay attention to weaving in the ends. Then pick up the double crochet stitches on the left. Work single crochets into each and every stitch. Start crocheting from the adjacent double crochet. In the space made by 2 chains, crochet 2 single crochets. Two chain stitches. 2 single crochets. Treat the stitch worked into the chain space as a corner for this round. Continue crocheting down the edge. First, pick up the stitches, working 8 single crochets evenly. After completing, for the next stitch position, you need to secure the picket below. Start by inserting the hook into the center hole of the picket. Then go back to the top. Pick up the adjacent single crochet stitch and work a single crochet. This secures it in place. Continue working single crochets evenly. When you encounter 4 chain stitches, pick up the chain space and work 1 single crochet. Then pick up the chain space between the previous half double crochets and work a popcorn stitch. Note that you should not include the chain stitches behind it. After completing, continue to pick up the chain spaces behind and work single crochets. For the following stitches, work 3 single crochets correspondingly. The next stitch secures the picket. The method is the same as before, so I won't go into detail. After completing, continue working single crochets evenly. When you reach the chain space before the 2 chain, one side is completed. Next, work on a corner below. The stitch count differs from the first corner. Here, pick up the hole and work 1 single crochet, then 2 chains, followed by 1 single crochet. This completes the second corner. Continue working on the next side. The method is the same as before. Make sure to secure the picots as well. Refer to the chart for the exact positions. When you encounter a 4 chain space, follow the previous method. Work 1 single crochet on each side. Then pick up the hole between the half double crochets. and work a DC4 popcorn stitch. The technique has been demonstrated earlier, so I won't go into detail here. For the third corner that follows, refer to the first corner for crocheting. For the fourth corner, refer to the second corner for crocheting. The method is simple, so I won't go into detail here. Continue crocheting downwards. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Don't cut the yarn. The 13th round is completed. Continue with the 14th round. Join with the previous yarn end. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Then begin from the first stitch on the left side. Pick up the stitch. Work double crochets into each stitch in sequence. For the chain space made with 2 chain stitches, crochet 2 double crochets. Two chain stitches, 2 double crochets. Treat the stitch pattern at the chain space as a corner for this round. Move to the next position. Pick up the stitches correspondingly. Work double crochets into each stitch. Note that adjacent single crochet positions may be hidden. Make sure not to miss any stitches. When encountering a popcorn stitch, insert the hook into the chain space on its right side, and work a double crochet. Skip the securing slip stitch. Continue picking up stitches and working double crochets, omitting the repetitive sections here. Work until you reach the next chain space, completing one edge. Next, work the second corner. Pick up the chain space and make 1 double crochet, 2 chain stitches, 1 double crochet, completing the second corner. For the back edge, refer to the first edge. For the third corner, follow the method used for the first corner. The technique is quite simple. I won't go into further detail after this. Continue crocheting downward. After finishing, join with a slip stitch at the top of the beginning chain. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. And hide the yarn tail inside the fabric. Round 14 is completed.